I think many weekend golfers are mistaken about two things. First, they fail to understand just how difficult the game is for golfers of every skill level, and that even low handicappers frequently get beaten by the course. Second, seemingly paradoxically, is that those same better players also find ways to shoot decent scores despite hitting lots of terrible golf shots. Real golf doesn't look like it does on TV. Today, I'll show you what good bad golf looks like. Good bad golf is keeping the ball in play, even if you don't hit it that far, and sometimes talking to your ball.
Oh, that's gotta go. Go!
When you hit it a bit fat.
Oh, it did get there.
And the most important part of good bad golf is rolling them close.
How about in the hole? Woo!
And here on one, we don't hit many good ones, and we get away with par.
Oh, that was bad. Go!
Ball striking has always been the weakest part of my game.
Actually, how about shorter than the bunker?
And this is a bad green to miss on this course, and you'll see why.
No, it's gonna come all the way down.
It does go all the way down that slope. And look at how big that slope is.
That's so good. Stop! No, goodbye. That's crazy. Yeah, you hit that any softer and it stays up there. Like in the...
And now my only goal is to ensure I don't come down this slope again.
I was afraid of coming back down too.
It's 5 feet past the hole, and I'll have this one for bogey.
That flag was placed strategically. I missed it. Ugh.
Double bogeys are score killers, and that's my first of the day. And I follow it up with my best drive of the day. It's not often as a short hitter that I have only a 9-iron in on this hole, and I'm trying to take advantage of it.
I think that has to go a bit.
Unfortunately, it comes up a bit short. And it's hard to see on video, but there's a lot of undulation in this chip. And I'll have just a few feet left. And what did I say about having to roll it well to score well? Well, that was an avoidable bogey there. We're known for our tree-lined golf in the Pacific Northwest, and the key on the uphill par 5 fourth is just keeping the ball between the trees.
Whoa, that needs to sit. Don't hit the path.
And I'm lucky that I got away with this one.
Safe by a hair. Okay, so 91. It's got to go left.
This might be the most challenging green on the golf course. I do well by aiming well left of the flag, but unfortunately from above the hole here, this putt is effectively a layup. I'm glad to not blast it by, and hope to settle back in with the par.
Well, that's not it.
But then I do this. But one rule I observe is to never hit a stupid shot after a bad shot.
Oh, nice, Adam.
So despite hitting a bad drive and a bad approach here, because I didn't go for the hero shot out of the trees, I will at least have a putter in hand for par. And escaping this hole with a bogey is just fine by me.
What's stupid here is if I hit driver perfectly, then I have like a downhill 50-yard pitch. It's like I shouldn't hit driver, but it just is way too tempting not to.
And that's because there's danger on the left.
That's hooking pretty hard. Sit. Okay, 72. Straight out of pitch and putt. Let's fire a bit of a dagger here.
The golf gods dealt me a break on the tee shot and this approach number in. And this one gets close. And I need this to match my opponent's birdie. And he'll give me the par.
Thanks. I was going to say, I'm like right on the line. It's 153, right, and playing a bit uphill, which is a bit more than I can get out of an 8. But I find I always miss long here, though.
I know, that's what I was just thinking. That's why I
Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's still, I don't think I can get that much out of an 8.
I pick clubs based on where I want to miss and my experience on the course.
It's got to go a bit. I chunked it. Go! Oh, yeah, it got there.
It works out this time, and I'll have a good look at birdie. But I miss it just a hair high,
After the hole.
and I'll tap in for par. Recall what I said about the importance of keeping the ball in play.
Whoa, 4 right! 4!
I don't here, and it leads to a world of hurt.
Okay.
I'm trying to punch back to our fairway, and instead I wind up here.
Downhill lie. Okay, big score coming.
I'm trying not to let it faze me, but apparently I have one more bad shot in me. But I follow it up with a good one here, and I'd like to make a 3 from 160 instead of worse. So I took my time on this 30-foot uphiller.
No turn. Yeah, it never turned, though.
At least this one's the right weight, and let's just get out of here.
4 right! 4!
But recall that I said two things were score killers. Not keeping it in play off the tee, and double bogeys. And after a front nine that might have been salvageable, we're going to close 8 and 9 with back-to-back doubles. And just like that, we are 8 over through the front nine. And here's what it looks like on the card. To be honest, it's not that irregular for about half of the holes on the golf course to beat me. The difference on the front nine was that 3 of the 5 holes that beat me wound up as double bogeys. I also didn't scramble well, and I rolled a lot of putts. The question is, how do we reel this score in on the back? Let me show you.
Okay, I need to find this club.
It starts with keeping the right attitude. And there's more to it than that.
But the question is, what number do I play? Because it's like 270 to the green, so I should probably only hit it like... Well, no, I should hit it like 170 and then just have a smooth 100-yard wedge in.
I didn't listen to my own advice here. I love having 80 or 100 as approach numbers, but 70 yards with a lob wedge has always been a difficult number for me. And this one's online but winds up short. And now I'm chipping into a downhill green. And look at the way this one rolls out.
That ball just landed and released like 25 feet? Did it look?
And here a poor decision on the second shot leads directly to a bogey on a scoreable par 5. I'm 9 over through 10, and after this drive, the day is threatening to get away from us.
50-50. Oh my goodness!
This is another bad one. But it's worth pointing out that sometimes all you need is one good shot to turn your day around.
Thanks.
That shot had no business finding the green. And even though I don't quite drain this putt, escaping stroke hole 1 with a bogey is fine. And spoiler alert, despite hitting some bad shots on the way in...
Is that the right number? I don't even know.
We're about to reel in a score.
It's a little short.
My tee shot missed the green by about a foot here. This one's rolled decently close, and this will technically go on the card as an up and down. Unfortunately, the driver still isn't cooperating, and I'm left with a long way in here.
Oh, man, it's thick out of there.
It's hard for me to muscle 190 uphill from the rough. But one thing I can certainly do to reel in some scores is finally start making some putts.
Adam, stop doing that immediately. Okay, let's do some positive self-talk. 253. See if we can get a 5-wood on this.
It's in thick rough here, and I just want to get it inside 100.
Just kind of trying to bunt it up there.
It's a worker.
Yeah, that is going to work. 65. Okay, like this is exactly the pitch and putt number of like almost every hole at Queenie Park. That was not the swing though. That was.
This is a number I'm familiar with.
That should be perfect.
So good. Oh, get in.
And I don't often show it on the channel, but I try to treat every putt with the respect it deserves. But on a bad day, sometimes you still do this.
Oh, Adam! Okay, guess what? I'm hitting this one past. I'm hitting this past yours.
I'm trying to do something well in my match with Matt. And after a long, long while, I finally hit a decent drive.
98 downwind. Try to hit it only about 90.
This is a good number for me, and I'm taking dead aim. It's a smooth swing with my gap wedge, and it's right at it.
Right side of the hole, I think.
I'd love that to give me momentum, but this is a tough par 3.
Oh, get more left. So it's got to land short right in the rough. Yikes.
I more or less executed on what I wanted to here.
Not as good,
but I'll still be left with 15 or 20 feet for par.
Oh, I pulled it. Thanks.
And we'll have to take a bogey here. This is a tee shot that suits my eye just perfectly.
Yeah, that should be good. 99. This is another number that I should really have from pitch and putt.
This is another one that I'm taking dead aim at. It suited me well just 2 holes ago, but this one comes up just a bit shorter. I don't find the birdie putt, but we'll take par going into 18.
Turn! Turn! Nope. Oh, okay, okay.
A good bounce sends me back to the fairway here, but I don't have 230 yards in a 5-wood. I wind up leaving it in a pretty tough spot here. I'm lobbing it over this bunker, but it winds up rolling pretty close. And that's a nice way to end the day. And that's a pretty marked difference in scoring between the front and back nines. But the fact is that my driver was bad on the front nine as it was on the back nine. And I hit about the same amount of poor shots on the front and back nines. The differences were that first, finally my putter found the back of the hole a few times on the back nine. And much more importantly, none of my mistakes on the back nine turned into double bogeys. And after all is said and done, I'll take 10 over on a day like today.